It's time for basketball, and Uber Eats is dropping deals on game day favorites to keep you locked in on the action. Like when you're craving a buzzer beater, but also buffalo wings. Or when an upset makes you want to ugly cry into a pizza. And right now, Uber Eats has game day deals from Burger King, Buffalo Wild Wings, KFC, and hundreds more local favorites. So you can keep your eyes on the ball and your hands on a burger. Order now, only on Uber Eats. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
You're listening to Make Some Noise Minisode, number 669. Welcome to Make Some Noise podcast, your guide for strategies, tools, and insight to empower yourself. I'm your host, Andrea Owen, global speaker, entrepreneur, life coach since 2007, and author of 3 books that have been translated into 18 languages and are available in 22 countries. Each week, I'll bring you a guest or a lesson that will help you maximize unshakable confidence, master resilience, and make some noise in your life. You ready? Let's go. Hey everyone, welcome to another Minisode. I'm so glad that you're here. This one's going to be really short. However, it's a very clear message that was downloaded to me last night that I needed to come on to the podcast and tell you, because it's something that I've recently experienced. And every time that happens to me, I think to myself, you know what? My audience deals with this too. I know that there's at least a handful of them who are in it currently and could use this message. And everybody else has either been there and or will experience it again. So this message is really for all of you. And it's about when we get to a place in our lives where we've been carrying so much. We have had the plates spinning, and we are simultaneously juggling them. Maybe you are dealing with multiple high stress circumstances at the same time. And then there's that one thing that makes the plates feel like they have all fallen down. It might be an email that you get. It might be a minor inconvenience. It might be somebody cut you off in traffic, and it's the straw that breaks the camel's back. Maybe you have a little bit of a mental meltdown, an emotional meltdown, and it might scare people. It might scare you. And you're like, how did I get here so fast? How did I get here so fast? And then maybe later you realize, oh, maybe it's because, or maybe you don't realize that. If you don't realize it, I'm here to tell you, it's because you carry so much. And this modern world is rough. It is rough right now. I am recording this the very end of March 2025, where it's just painful to watch the news and even get on social media, depending on the accounts that you follow and things like that. And it's the stress of it all. Of some of you are mothers. Some of you work in high demanding jobs. You are leaders, whether it's in your professional life or your personal life or both. And I think we get to a point many times in our life where it is just too much. I cannot carry anymore. And we have a little bit of a breakdown. And during those breakdowns, sometimes it feels like I cannot take another step. There is no way I can take another step, whether it's thinking about continuing down the path of your goals or just continuing down the path of your life, right? When I was in my active addiction with alcohol, those were the moments I drank a lot. And when I was in early recovery, those were the days I thought about drinking. And these days it has shifted. However, I still get to those places where, I'll be pacing in my bedroom and then you think like, I don't even want to tell anybody about this. Maybe because you're ashamed, maybe because you're embarrassed, because you don't want to be seen as someone who can't handle it all. You don't want to be seen as someone who's in the reality of the circumstances that you're in, whatever that is. Maybe you aren't accepting where you are because that's too painful. And have you been listening to my 10 life lessons, coming home to yourself? In one of the first ones, I talked about the 4 holy emotions. And when we are in these places, we tend to find ourselves in shame, terror, grief, and sometimes rage. If you're a woman over 40 dealing with perimenopause, you don't have to accept it as just another part of aging. Did you know there are so many perimenopause symptoms? Hot flashes and night sweats, trouble sleeping, painful sex, vaginal dryness, and libido change, weight and body changes, brain fog and memory lapses, moodiness, anxiety and depression, period problems, hair and skin changes, joint pain, bone loss, and fracture risk. The experts at MIDI Health understand what you're experiencing and know how to help. MIDI clinicians are menopause experts dedicated to providing safe, effective, FDA-approved solutions. Visits and prescriptions are covered by major insurance providers, no membership fees or hidden costs. If you're uninsured or Medicare is out of network under your plan, they also offer affordable cash payment for services. I know for me, as I'm about to turn 50 in 2025, finding a doctor that specializes in perimenopause and menopause is incredibly important. You deserve to feel great. Book your virtual visit today at joinmidi.com. That's joinmidi.com.
Carla only.
Make your next move with American Express Business Platinum. Enjoy complimentary access to the American Express Global Lounge Collection. And with a welcome offer of 150,000 points after you spend $20,000 on purchases on the card within your first 3 months of membership, your business can soar to new heights. Terms apply. Learn more at americanexpress.com/business-platinum. Amex Business Platinum. Built for business by American Express.
This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pet injury is an additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
Even if you are just in one of those. Last night I found myself in all three. The first three. Shame, terror, and grief. Rage hadn't come to the party yet, but they were waiting outside, ready to be invited, but not so much. Those can be some of the darkest moments. When it happened to me last night, I was reminded of a quote from Alcoholics Anonymous that says, "Don't give up right before the miracle happens." Sometimes that is my last resort in terms of reaching for some kind of resilience that I have. Because I know that when we get deeper and deeper into the darkness, that the hope, the optimism, the resilience that we usually have feels farther and farther away. So my hope for you is that A, you don't get to that place, but I know that you will. But when you do, you have short mantras or expressions or sayings that you can reach for to say to yourself, or maybe for you, it's a visualization. Maybe that works better for you. That is one strategy I want to leave you with. And also, these are the moments when it is the most important to lean on a friend or family member who is your person that you can call immediately. Not even just to talk you off the ledge, but just to see and feel your pain that you're in. I hesitated to even call Dr. Fox last night, and I did. And he was amazing. And at the end of our conversation, he said, "What do you need right now?" And I told him the story that I told in How to Stop Feeling Like Shit in the Being Strong chapter about how I said, my history is that when I get to these places, people tend to praise my strength. You're so strong. You're so resilient. And that is well and good when I'm not in that place. Like, you can praise me for that all day long when I'm not in the depths of despair. But when I'm in the depths of despair, that will throw me into a rage because I do not need to be reminded of what I need to be reaching for. All I need is for you to see my humanity. All I need is for someone to look me in the face and say, "I fucking get it. And it sucks where you're at. I'm so sorry you have found yourself here. I have been there. This is temporary. And while you're in it, it sucks. And I'll sit here with you in this." And that's it. That's all. That's it. And he said, that's it. And I said, that's it. I think as women, especially, we understand so much what it feels like to be dehumanized, and especially if you are in an additional marginalized community, if you are a woman of color, if you are disabled, if you are part of the LGBTQ community, you understand that with even more impact. And so for someone to have someone where you can just show up and they can see your humanity, that's it, is a gift and a treasure, something that I hope that you have. So please, please don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle happens. I promise it's just temporary. And thank you for listening. Before I close, just a quick reminder that How to Stop Feeling Like Shit, the 8-week experience, is going to open for registration fairly soon. So you can get on the first to know list there, where there's going to be bonuses and a price break, AndreaOwen.com/habits, as well as I'm offering a brand new one-on-one program. It's either going to be called Devotion or Coming Home to Yourself. I haven't decided yet. It's going to be deep and transformational and unlike anything I've ever offered. If you want to read a little bit more about it and be the first to know when I open spots for that, head on over to AndreaOwen.com/you. YOU. And remember, everyone, it's our life's journey to make ourselves better humans and our life's responsibility to make the world a better place. Bye for now. Hey, everyone. Thanks again for listening. I would be so incredibly grateful if you haven't done so already, if you could leave a review of this podcast on Apple Podcasts. Super easy if you already listen to your shows over there. But if you don't, or maybe you have the app on your phone, but you listen to the show on a different app, if you could leave a review for this show, it matters so much. I wish I could express how much it matters. I also wish that it didn't matter so much, but alas, it does. So if you haven't already, please go review and rate the show. It would mean so much to me. And thank you so much. I hope you have an amazing day.